They say respect is earned, but what do you do when you've done everything right and they still treat you like you're invisible? Maybe it's your boss who talks down to you like you're a child. Maybe it's the girl who ghosts you after pretending to care. Either way, it stings. And the worst part, you start to question yourself. But a true Stoic doesn't beg for respect. He commands it, without raising his voice, without lowering his standards. In this video, you'll discover 6 time-tested Stoic strategies to handle people who disrespect you, not with anger, but with power. Lesson 1. Set non-negotiable boundaries. The first Stoic move when dealing with disrespect is to set boundaries that are non-negotiable, not flexible, not if they feel like it, non-negotiable. Because the truth is, people don't just randomly disrespect you. They test you. They push, slowly at first, just to see how far they can go. And if you don't push back, they keep going. Epictetus once said, "A man should so live that his happiness shall depend as little as possible on external things." Respect from others is an external, but self-respect is internal. And setting boundaries is how you protect that self-respect. I'll never forget a moment early in my career. I had just joined a new team, full of people older than me, more experienced, louder. One guy in particular made it his game to talk over me in meetings. Every time I tried to share an idea, he cut me off. At first, I let it slide. Then I started shrinking, talking less, avoiding eye contact, until one day, I snapped back into myself. I remembered something I read from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So the next time he interrupted me, I waited, calmly, then said, "Please let me finish speaking. I listened to you. Now I'd like the same respect." The room went quiet, but here's what mattered. He never did it again. Setting boundaries doesn't require aggression. It requires certainty. Say less. Stand tall. Let your energy do the talking. The ones who truly respect you will rise to meet your standards. The ones who don't, let them fall away. From a Stoic lens, boundaries are not just defense, they are filters. They separate what aligns with your virtue from what doesn't. Seneca wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you are capable of improving." In other words, your time, your energy, your attention, these are sacred. Boundaries are how you protect them. And when you enforce those boundaries consistently, something changes inside you. You stop asking for permission to be respected, and you start expecting it without apology. Lesson 2. Don't engage in emotional power struggles. When someone disrespects you, your instinct is to strike back. Say something sharp, prove them wrong. But here's the trap. That's exactly what they want. The moment you react emotionally, you hand them control. The Stoics knew this all too well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." Emotional retaliation makes you look just like them. Calm restraint, on the other hand, that terrifies people. You see, people who disrespect you often feed off the chaos they create. They don't want resolution. They want escalation. They want a scene, because the louder it gets, the less grounded you seem. But when you remain silent, grounded, unmoved, they lose their grip. Let me give you a real story. A man I once worked with was notorious for belittling others in meetings. He'd wait until you were speaking, then throw in passive-aggressive comments. I watched him tear down smart, capable people who never pushed back. One day, he turned that energy on me. I was presenting a solution to a problem, and he cut me off. That's a naive suggestion. You clearly don't understand the complexity here. The room froze. Everyone braced for conflict, but I didn't flinch. I didn't raise my voice. I calmly said, I'd be happy to hear your solution once I finish presenting mine. I didn't insult him. I didn't argue. I reclaimed the space and kept moving. After that, he never challenged me publicly again. Here's why that worked. Disrespect seeks to disrupt your center. It wants you to lose your cool, so it can make you look unstable. But when you stay composed, the aggressor ends up looking insecure, not you. Epictetus said it best. When someone irritates you, it is not their actions that disturb you, but your judgment about them. So the next time someone tries to pull you into an emotional power struggle, pause, breathe, respond like you've already won, because you have. The most powerful man in the room is the one who cannot be provoked. Lesson 3. Limit their access to you. You can't always control who disrespects you, but you can control how close they stand to you, physically, emotionally, mentally. One of the most powerful Stoic moves isn't confrontation, it's distance. Think about this. Fire needs oxygen. Toxic people need attention, reactions, and access. Cut off their air supply, and they burn out. Seneca said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. It's not elitism, it's emotional self-defense. I used to think I had to keep certain people in my life because of history. Childhood friends, longtime coworkers, even family. But over time, I realized something painful, but freeing. History doesn't entitle anyone to your future. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, limit their access. That doesn't always mean a dramatic exit. Sometimes it's just a quiet shift, less responding, less explaining, less showing up where they expect you to play along. You don't have to explain the distance, just create it. The Stoic path isn't about tolerating disrespect with a smile. It's about guarding your energy like your life depends on it, because in a way, it does. What you allow in your space, you allow into your mind. So protect your peace by deciding who actually deserves proximity to it. Lesson 4. Master the power of silence. In a world addicted to reaction, silence is rebellion. And for the Stoic, silence is strategy. When someone disrespects you, your silence speaks. Not weakness, not passivity, but power under control. Most people expect a reaction, a defensive reply, a sarcastic jab, a loud argument. They want drama, because drama validates their existence. But when you respond with silence, you deny them oxygen, you deny them dominance, you make them sit in the echo chamber of their own behavior. Marcus Aurelius once said, It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. And sometimes, the loudest way to show you are unconquerable is to say nothing at all. I remember a conversation with someone who had a habit of veiled insults. They'd hide criticism behind compliments. You're actually smarter than you look. I didn't think you'd pull it off, but you did. One day, instead of defending myself or calling them out, I looked at them, blinked once, and said nothing. Just let the silence stretch. They laughed awkwardly and never tried it again. Because here's what people don't realize. Silence forces self-reflection. And for those who know they're in the wrong, that's terrifying. The next time someone disrespects you, try this. Don't argue. Don't defend. Just pause and let the moment hang. If they ask, "Why are you so quiet?" just say, "Some things don't need a reaction." And leave it at that. Your stillness will say everything. Lesson 5. Don't take it personally. This one is hard. When someone disrespects you, it feels personal. It feels like an attack on your worth, your intelligence, your masculinity. But here's the Stoic truth. Their disrespect is a reflection of them, not you. Epictetus said, "Remember, it is not he who insults or strikes you who insults you, but your opinion that these things are insulting." In other words, what gives their actions power is your interpretation. I remember a time when someone publicly mocked my ideas. My first instinct was to take it to heart, to think, maybe I really am not good enough. But when I stepped back, I realized this guy mocked everyone. That was his currency, cheap shots to boost his own fragile ego. And in that moment, I made a decision. I won't take poison just because someone hands it to me. The Stoics train themselves to see external slights like weather. You don't get mad at the rain. You adjust. You stay dry. You move forward. When you stop internalizing people's disrespect, you become untouchable. It's not about being numb. It's about being free. Free from the emotional leash that others try to put around your neck. So the next time someone disrespects you, don't absorb it, observe it. Let it pass like a dark cloud overhead, not because it doesn't matter, but because you matter more. Lesson 6. Walk away without apology. Sometimes the most powerful response to disrespect is to walk away, not to win, not to make a statement, but to reclaim your peace. The Stoics didn't believe in forcing people to change. They believed in changing your proximity to those who threaten your virtue. Epictetus wrote, "You are not a tree. If you don't like where you are, move." Too many people stay in toxic environments, hoping things will magically improve. A partner who keeps crossing the line. A friend who takes more than they give. A workplace that drains the life out of you. But Stoicism teaches you this. If someone's presence costs you your peace, that's too high a price. I once spent years in a relationship that slowly wore me down. Not because of violence, not because of screaming fights, but because of constant, subtle disrespect. Eye rolls, dismissive tones, undermining comments masked as humor. And I tolerated it because I didn't want to seem weak by leaving. But one day, I realized, staying wasn't strength. Staying was surrender. I left, quietly, cleanly, and I've never regretted it. Walking away doesn't make you a coward. It makes you a guardian of your mind, your time, your self-respect. You don't owe anyone a dramatic goodbye. You don't need them to understand. You simply walk because your inner peace is no longer up for debate. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. If someone's disrespect stands in your way, let that be your signal. It's time to move forward, without guilt, without apology, without looking back. Disrespect will find you. From strangers, from loved ones, from people you thought would never cross that line. But what matters is how you meet it. Not with noise, not with ego, but with something far more dangerous, inner command. Because the Stoic doesn't chase validation. He doesn't fight every battle. He simply becomes a kind of man who is too grounded to provoke, too focused to distract, and too powerful to disrespect. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them walk away. You are not here to be liked. You are here to become unshakable. And once you become that man, they'll either rise to meet your standard or disappear beneath it.